Hey everyone, Seth here, and yes, this is the Noob's Guide to Gameplay Recording. This is a little guide I decided to come up with to help some of you fellow gaming recorders out there. Now, of course, here's a 480p mode. It's the basic level of recording. Yeah, it's probably the crappiest too, and you can tell right away it's fuzzy and it doesn't look right. Of course, all the footage you're seeing here it's been done in combat training in Call of Duty Black Ops. It was the simplest form. Now, if you look on the back of a lot of the game discs, you will actually see the rating system that tells, okay, what does the video output be. Some go from mostly 480 all the way to something called 1080p. And of course, probably a lot of you do play in 1080p. Of course, the question is, how did I record? I can't record so much. Well, there's many devices out there that can help you record. One of them is the Hauppauge HD PVR, which is about 200 bucks. So it's kind of pricey for it, but it's worth it. And that's what I used, and especially what was recorded here. All right, this is a great program. Actually, not program, it's a unit. Another good unit out there is the Roxio Game Capture. Now, it is about 100 bucks cheaper, so it's about 100 bucks. But one thing that these two have in similar, they're about the same to each other, is that they both require the component cable. Yes, the component AV cable. It's not one of the best in the business, but it definitely gets you done. And actually, the component cable lets you go from 1080p range, depending on the TVs you have, to about 480. So, wow, so you're going all the way from the lowest to the top, with no problem. And of course, the same goes with those HDMIs, but a lot of products do not have it built on. Of course, look at this. You get the grenade right off the leg, and of course, it blows out right at their feet. Good toss right there for final kill cam. But yeah, I can't believe that. But yeah, okay, so I gotta get a component cable. Now, once you have a component cable, of course, you gotta get, the product, the Hauppauge or the Roxio. Now we're at 720, the middle range. This is the resolution I normally play with on my PlayStation 3 because for me it feels perfect. I can see just as great, and you can tell right now. Okay, now the picture looks a lot more crystal clear. Everything looks nice and sharp. Better than the fuzzy look of the 480, which of course I used to be playing for quite a while until I got a brand new TV and it works. Of course, that's the thing. A lot of TVs nowadays are usually about 1080p range now, especially the bigger. Now, some small ones have the advantage of being, can't go up to 1080, but very few in between. All right, so you have to know what you're looking for and what you're getting. Of course, a lot of TVs have the component cable attachment as long as the HDMI. So you can still use your HDMI for certain little things, like say your Blu-ray player or your cable box, but it still can do you can still use it. Just if you want to record, you got to use component. Now for the PC gamers out there, you have your own products out there. Roxio has one for a good price. I saw on their website, so you're all set in that department. But recording is great. Now it's a good thing because you can help your teams out, with okay, I got my point of view looks, and yet I can show you my POV, and the same thing back and forth. And of course, POV is point of view. Of course, it's just an abbreviation form of it. Now, one thing about the component cable is that it has the red, green, and blue cables, or RGB for us computer lingo people. And of course, all TVs out there are in RGB format. Now, if you're in printing, then it's CMYK, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, in that very order. And of course, the component cable also has the good old left and right audio connection. While of course, the HDMI has just straightforward audio video connection. Now here we are, the holy grail of probably video quality footage, the 1080i range. Now 1080p, unfortunately, you gotta use an HDMI to it. Sure, the component cables can go up to that level, but I'm not sure what would happen to it. Now with 1080i, okay, now everything looks more sharper. But one thing I did notice while doing this, the words look kind of small for like the name tags and everything. It's not really cool. that's why I prefer the 720, because it's, it's right in the between of being, it's sharp in quality, but yet I can see everyone's names and be fine, especially certain little details. And you can tell, look at the details on the the M60 here. It's like, it looks very nice and sharp. The glare is just great. Now, of course, the higher you go on your resolution, the more space it's going to take up on your hard drives. The Roxio and the Hauppauge, both of them have to be connected to a computer in order to record it. Now, they don't hold on to them like, say, the good old days with VCRs and everything. Of course, the Hauppauge, you can record something from the VCR days and plug it in, and you record your old memories and make them digitized so they're in DVD and possibly Blu-ray format, depending on how much quality you want to put into it. Now, definitely one other thing you have to consider is, of course, if you say you got a really cool scene, or it's someone that was cheating or something in the game, well, you need an editing program out there. Now, Roxio comes with a editing program with the capture device, so that's really cool. So that's like, okay, 2 things for the price of 1. Hauppauge does not. But if you want something that's really top quality stuff out there, there's a couple brands out there that are really darn good. One of them is Sony with their production suite they have called Vegas, and then there's an Adobe which has Premiere, and Premiere is pretty much a straightforward video editing program. Now, they have a consumer based one called Elements, and then the CS version, which is usually for professionals. Now, for Sony, I should mention this, is that there's 3 versions they have. There's a standard consumer model, there's a prosumer, which is someone who's has the knowledge of a professional but yet wants to pay at a consumer price level, which is so cool. And then, of course, there is the professional model. Of course, the professional ones, you're always asking for a lot more money for. But anyways, component cables, you can still do great. You can get these really cool shots and everything, so you can get, oh, I got this point of view, I got that point of view. It can be great. Optic Nation does it, NGT does it, so everything looks really good. And I made that first rocket launcher miss, but look at this one. Right between the legs, and then it blows up from behind. Of course, that one had flash jacket, so it wouldn't count, but darn, right between the legs. Oh man, kidding, really? Well, guess so. But yeah, you can select the examples of the 480, 720p, and a 1080i. You saw those videos, and of course, seen right here, they show in that definition for you, so you're all set and ready for that at any time and moment. This beats the old AV cables that come with the systems. Of course, every system has that, and that's Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and I believe the Wii as well. So, little extra things you should know is that upon recording, you have to, of course, edit it out and then transfer it to, see, here onto YouTube or whatever site that you may be putting it onto. It's your choice, of course. But of course, if you are showing evidence, say if someone cheating in Metal Gear Online, aka MGO, you want to edit out those certain parts and then put it in the most simplest format you can put it into, and send it off to them, because you don't want to fill up too much space for them. So that basically, if it's significant enough evidence, boom, that person's in trouble and busted, most likely. But if not, oh well. Of course, even if it's a really cool kill, like example, you get that RPG shooting right between the leg, or a frag grenade bouncing off someone's leg and then rolling back to them, blowing them up. Those are really cool, kill cams right there. All right, so definitely gotta get an editing program. You gotta have a really good computer. Of course, with the computer, you're gonna need a lot of hard drive space to record in the store, and of course the device to record. Now the Hauppauge, I definitely know that they come with their own component cables to connect from the device back to your TV, but of course you're gonna have the cables from the system to the unit in order to work. Roxio, I'm not sure, they don't specify it, but you can go to their websites, which are in the description below of all the sites that I've are good information, so that you can make your decision on what you want to do. I hope this guide helps you out to the best of my abilities I can give to you, and so you can go out there and become a great recorder of gameplay footage out there. And it's simply simple and easy someone can do. Alright. Okay, wish you the best of luck and venture forward, my fellow recorders.